Every fan knows the smell of a poorly told story. That narrative that springs up out of nowhere, takes over social media, stirs up WhatsApp groups, and in the end, has no beginning, middle, or end. But when the name is big, when the jersey weighs heavy, even a rumor becomes a headline. Subscribe to the channel, leave your like and your comment. We are talking about Chris Olave. The 24-year-old wide receiver, a rising star for the New Orleans Saints, became a hot topic in NFL news again this Friday. According to Nick Farabaugh from PenLive.com, the Pittsburgh Steelers made a call to check on the receiver's availability. The information gained traction after Adam Crowley from 93.7, the fan cited an internal source that would confirm the Steelers' interest. But here's the point. Interest exists, but real negotiation, zero. Sources linked to the Saints assure that the franchise has no intention of parting with Olave. Not now, not later, not in a dream, and it makes sense. Chris Olave is, today, the most talented player on this offense. He had 2 consecutive seasons with over 1,000 yards before injuries hindered his 2024. In 2023, he had 1,123 yards, 87 receptions, and 5 touchdowns. That's no small feat. We're talking about a young, explosive receiver with refined routes and under contract until 2026. The franchise has even exercised its 5th-year option, demonstrating commitment. In other words, the idea of trading him now doesn't hold up from any rational perspective. It's not like the Saints are in rebuild mode. The team has basically kept the same roster as last year, and the new coach, Kellen Moore, has already made it clear. Chris is a phenomenal player. He will have a huge impact on this team. On the other side, the Steelers are looking for a new offensive identity. The departure of George Pickens left a considerable gap in the receiving group, so it's no surprise that they are exploring names. But one thing is to explore, another is to have the slightest chance of closing a deal. That call to the Saints was just a routine inquiry, those checks that every GM makes between May and July. This happens all the time, but when the name is as big as Olave, any noise becomes an echo. The problem is this kind of rumor creates unnecessary strain. Saints fans start to distrust the front office. Steelers fans build expectations that don't exist. The national media gives it prominence, even with all the signs pointing in the opposite direction. And in the end, the player who just wants to practice and play football becomes the center of a media circus. It's unfair and it's unproductive. Let's analyze coldly. What sense would it make for the Saints to trade Chris Olave for picks? They already have a veteran quarterback. They are not restarting a project. They want to compete, and without Olave, they lose 70% of the dynamism of the passing game. For a player, what would the Steelers have to offer that would match? The answer is simple: nothing. The fit doesn't exist. Moreover, this is a trade that would put the Saints GM in a tough spot. An unpopular, poorly justified, and high-risk move. Olave is more than just a good player. He is a franchise investment, a building block, and at this moment he is also a precious financial asset. With an extended rookie contract, he provides value on the field and relief in the cap. Trading that for uncertainties would be a grotesque mistake, and the Saints, no matter how confused they may be at times, are not that desperate. From the Steelers' perspective, yes, the intention makes sense. They need a WR1, a reliable target, a name that creates space and leads a young group. Olave would be perfect, but wanting isn't being able to. The NFL is business, and this business has rules, values, and context that go far beyond desire. Pittsburgh can keep trying, but this ship is already sinking. In my opinion, this kind of rumor only reveals how much the fan base and even part of the media still confuses desire with probability. Of course, it would be nice to see Olave catching passes in Pittsburgh. Of course, he would fit into 10 different offenses, but that's not how the league works. Players like him don't change homes in mid-May because of a generic interest. This blockbuster talk looks good in the headline, but in practice, nothing more than smoke. Saints fans can rest easy. Olave is at home, he is protected, and he will be a vital part of this offense's new attempt at rebirth. And the Steelers, they need to look elsewhere, because this train won't stop in Pittsburgh. Subscribe to the channel, leave your like and your comment. Until the next video.